But I am gonna be real with y'all. I do think it looks a lot better on camera than it does in real life. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how I got this hair. Now, the reason why I'm saying demonstrate and not exactly a tutorial, because to be completely transparent with you guys, I was not exactly happy with how it turned out. This was an extremely long process and I made so many mistakes and things like that, but I still want to get a video up for you guys. That way you can learn from my mistakes. So if you want to see kind of what I was doing, where I went wrong, things that I plan on doing next time, then just keep on watching. So starting off, all you're going to need is a wig cap, some crochet hair, which we will be discussing later on in the video, and a trusty dusty crochet needle. So when I first started doing my hair, I was doing the basic crochet method, which is pulling the needle through the wig cap with the hair and like pulling it through and things like that. And as you can see, when I first started doing my hair, I was double knotting each, I guess, like crochet piece, which is what you are supposed to do. That's the best way to make sure that it's going to stay secured in your head. For some strange reason, I started off doing this and then I don't know what happened. Maybe because I was watching Power and I wasn't really paying attention. But after a while, I stopped doing that. So then later on when I was combing through my hair, or not necessarily combing through it, but when I was going back through my hair, I noticed that a lot of pieces were coming undone. And it's because I only knotted them once. So if you do this, please make sure you double knot it or triple knot it. Second thing that I want to talk about, which is really important, is making sure that you space out your hair. Now, again, this is something that I started off doing. As you can see, like there are huge spaces between each knot, which is good because it's the back of my head and the back of my head really doesn't matter. If you're going to put the hair close, then it needs to be towards like the front and the crown area. And again, I started off spacing my hair and then I don't know what happened, but I forgot and boom, I end up like almost running out of pieces. Luckily, I was able to like save my behind and I actually have pieces left over in the end, but I'm just saying, be careful. So one problem that I had with this hair is it was literally just a tangled, frizzy mess. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But as you can see, what I am doing is pretty much combing through the hair. What I did was put some oil on my fingers. And what I am doing is kind of like combing through the hair to keep the curls intact. This was super helpful, especially if you're working with crochet hair and you're noticing that it is getting very tangled, or maybe your curls are starting to get really frizzy. It really helps if you have something like on hand to help, I guess, like keep your curls intact. Now, I only had oil, but next time I do this, I think I will be using like mousse because I feel like that will help keep the curls a little more tighter and things like that. So okay, so obviously for this wig, I wanted bangs and I've never had bangs in my life, nor do I know how to cut them. So in this clip, all I was doing was just pretty much like measuring out what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I should split the hair, but I was afraid to split the hair because I knew if I split the hair, then it would be super frizzy. And I was like, I didn't want my bangs to be frizzy. So I didn't know what I was doing. So I was just trying to measuring out to see what would be best. Like I mentioned earlier, please make sure you space out the hair. As you can see, like there, you can like, if you look closely, you can see like the little parts where the net is showing through because I just decided to put the hair more sporadically. Is that a word? I think it's sporadically. More like spaced out on my head versus in rows like I was doing because again, I was afraid that I was going to run out of hair. So please just be mindful, You know, make sure you save most of your hair for the middle and the crown of your head. Do not worry about the back, because if you're like me, then you're probably going to end up chopping it all off anyway. So just letting y'all know. So this was the end result, a giant poofy mess, and I was not excited about it at all. Let's talk about this hair really quick. All right, so some of the pros about this hair is the fact that it is really, really soft. Now, if you've worked with crochet hair before, then you know that it usually has that kind of like thick, like coarse, like yucky feeling as soon as you touch it. Now, this hair had that same exact feeling as well, but I will admit it was a lot softer than any other crochet hair that I've worked with so far. I know there's hair that's even more softer, but this one was pretty soft, so I really liked that. The second thing that I liked about it was the curls itself. Even though it didn't necessarily turn out exactly how I wanted, I do think the curls are really pretty. I used the rod set curls, which were really nice. And also a good thing about this brand in general is they actually offer a lot of different curl patterns. There's like the rod set, there's like the go-go curl, like it was so many, like the water wave, like they offer so many curl patterns. So if you did want something that looked a little more natural to your own texture type hair, then I definitely think there's a curl pattern that they offer for you. Now, let's get into the cons. The first con is this hair tangled so much. It was oh my God, like it tangled so much. It tangled, like I can't even, like as soon as I would pull it out of the package, it was already tangling. Like it was already tangling with the other hair in the package. It was tangling with the little net that was on it. It was just it was a tangled mess. And because it was so tangled, or because it got tangled very easily, that actually leads me to the second con, which is that it shed a lot. So for example, when I was making my wig, this is all the hair that shedded or got tangled that did not make it onto my head. And this is a lot of hair. Like this is a lot of hair to like what? And again, I know that crochet hair sheds because I've worked with different crochet hair before. So I know that it's gonna shed, it's gonna tangle, like it's inevitable. Sorry, I'm terrible with that word. It's inevitable, so I knew it was going to happen, but I felt like this hair itself tangled and shed like so much more worse than what it's supposed to. But again, that's just my opinion. Now, I don't want to say completely that the hair is bad. I do think there was a mixture of things that maybe have caused it to tangle and shed so much. And I think the major thing was the fact that I split the hair. So for example, when a hair would come out of the package, it would look sort of something like this. This is how the hair looked exactly out of the package. Now, when I was doing my wig, I would take this hair and then I would split it apart. I would take it apart so then it would be into two parts like this, like so. And then I would take it and I would split it again. So I think because I split it, what was that, like twice? I think that caused it to tangle and shed. But the only reason why I decided to split it like that was just because I had seen previous videos of other girls that use this hair and they talked about how they split it, and I really liked their end results. The last reason why I decided to split it was because this was my first time making the wig, and the hair that I got, like on the pack, it's advertised like one pack, that's all you need, and I was just really afraid that I would run out or that I would have to get another pack, and I really didn't want to do that. So I thought by splitting the hair, it will actually it will add more hair, if that makes sense. Like I would have more hair to work with if it's split. To be completely honest, when I do this hairstyle again, I don't think I'm going to use that same exact hair, but I also don't think I'm going to split the hair because I think that's what caused it to tangle. That's what caused it to shed. I also think that's what caused it right now to be kind of like a frizzy ball, is because I was like touching it so much and things like that. So Note to self, or note for you guys, if you do plan on using this hair, be careful, because if you split it, it is going to shed, it's going to tangle, and it is going to cause your hair to be puffy. But if you don't, then maybe you'll get like better results with it. So just keep that in mind, you know. All right, carry on with the video. So like I mentioned earlier, because my curls were super frizzy and I just felt like it was really puffy and it wasn't really defined and I didn't really like it at all. So what I decided to do was kind of just go back with some oil and just kind of go through each curl and define it. Now, this is a really good idea if you do want your curls more defined. But here's the thing. If you're going to do this, make sure you do it at the very end. There was no point in me doing it right now because literally all this hair I ended up chopping off when I was trying to shape my hair to frame my face. But as you can see, it really did work. Again, if I would do this, I would probably use mousse instead of oil because now that I think about it, crochet hair is synthetic and the last thing you want to do is put oil on synthetic hair. But you know, you live and you learn. So I was under the impression that making the wig was going to be very difficult. I was wrong. Actually, the hardest part was trying to cut this hair and shape it to my face. I don't know why, y'all, but I am not good with scissors. Okay, like I'm not. I never have been, even when I was little. I'm not good with scissors. So your girl was struggling, and I was just over it at this point and mad. And I actually didn't show this on camera, but when I was cutting my hair, there was so many like bald spots or so many spots where like hair was missing. So I ended up taking the wig off, filling in spots where hair was missing, and then I ended up just cutting it while it was sitting on my mannequin head, which is how I kind of got a much better cut, because when I was doing it from my head, it wasn't working. So, but yeah, after a while, I finally got it. I had cut my bangs too short at first and then had to go back and add more pieces and then cut it more evenly. So that was just a headache, and I was just ready for it to be over with. Okay, oh Lord, it was just too much. It was too much. I couldn't take it. Alright guys, so this is the final product, and like I said, it is not my favorite. Okay, I definitely think I could have did a lot better, but it was my first time and I am learning. So now I know exactly what not to do next time when I make this hair. But I am gonna be real with y'all. I do think it looks a lot better on camera than it does in real life. You know, like I guess I can go out in public with this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being dramatic. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have not already, please subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.